Hello everybody, it's Claire Daly, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne. I want to show you how to do the mechanism for this fun fold card. This card is for my niece, no, my great niece actually, and I just absolutely love the terrific Toadstools. I think they're so cute. They remind me of fairies and cute things, but the best bit is about them during celebration. One of the level 1 celebration gifts is this gorgeous coordinating paper. So there's 6 different sheets. You get 8 sheets, and there's 6 of each. So I'll show you the front and the so you get 48 sheets all up of this amazing paper, which coordinates with this stamp set. So this one, the colours are pretty in pink. They are granny apple green, melon mambo, and fresh freesia. So that's that one. That one. So it's a level 1 gift, which means you can choose it free with a $100 order. So I'll show you a couple of ways, easy ways to get to that involving this card. This is the one I used in the card, so I'll show you that in a tick. We'll keep a piece of that one aside, and then there's this one, which is, there's 2 more. No, this one in the back sheet, which is gorgeous as well. So it's really pretty paper, coordinates perfectly, so don't miss out because it's only available until the 28th of February. So you need to get your order in by then to be able to get this pack of 48 sheets of paper to go with your terrific Toadstool stamp set. So don't forget. Let me just pop that back out of the way. Okay, just hook that around, so hopefully that will stay put. Bumped this up a little bit because I loosened it. That will do. Okay, so the one I have used today is this sheet here, and I've designed the card so you only need one 6x6 inch piece of designer series paper, which if you're a demonstrator and you want to do this card in a class, it's fantastic because you only need this, but also then really you could make 48 of these cards because you get 48 sheets of this gorgeous paper, and you can use the one sheet just to make the card. So you'll see 2 different patterns. So on some of the bits I use the front of it, and I've also used the front of it here. Let me show you the card first. So it's called a pop-up spanner card is my name for this one. I mean, you've probably seen spanner cards, which are the ones with this cross bit across here, and then you open them up and then there's another lift up bit here. But this time I've made it a pop-up card because when you lift that up, I've popped up some of the Toadstools pop up, because one of the sayings or sentiments in the Toadstool thing, which is cute, is popping up to say hi. So I wanted to, when I opened that, I wanted the recipient of this card to see these cute little Toadstools popping up. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that mechanism and just give you a few tips about cutting the paper and other things, and show you the colours that I've stamped with. So first of all, let's have a look at the cutting template. So in the, this is a card that I'm sending out a kit to anybody that purchased from me in January. So this is this month's complimentary card kit. So in your kit, you're going to get your one piece of one of those papers, and you'll also get pictures of how to cut that up, but I'll show you here as well. So you've got your one sheet, so it's 7.2 by 10.2 centimeters, and I apologize for my North America demonstrators that might be watching, but this kit is only going in Australia, so I've only used centimeters. All of my immediate download classes though on my website at Claire Daly Creates, They are in both imperial and metric though. And I think I have got, in fact, I'm pretty sure I have got a tutorial for one of these cards, which has also got the metric measurements. So if I have, I will link that down below as well. So 7.2 centimeters by 10.2 centimeters, which is this little bit here in the middle. Then you need two 3.4 by 10.2 strips. So that's these ones here, but those ones will be using the reverse. And then you need a 7.5 by 3.4 centimeters, which is that little bit underneath there. And again, we're using the reverse. And then the little bit that's left here, cut that back to 7.2 centimeters, and that will be the strip that's inside the card, because we want that to be the same orientation as this piece here. So that's the cutting template for the card. So if you want to, I'll just leave that there for a tick in case you want to take a picture of the still. Oh, there's supposed to be an E there, front of the second lift up piece, which is this piece here. Such cute paper. Okay, so I'll show you the mechanism in a moment, but I also want to show you what you'll need to do with the stamping. So for the stamping, you're going to need one of the ground, which is this one here, and I've stamped that in early espresso. You're going to need, now I haven't used the great big one, I've used the medium one and I've used the small one. So you're going to need two of the medium one, two of the small one. The medium one's Mellow Mambo, the small one's Pretty in Pink. And you'll need two of the stems, and you'll need two of the smaller stems. Now this stamp set is only $34. Or you can buy it in a bundle with a coordinating punch, which cuts out some of these pieces, those three pieces, the coordinating punch, and the bundle is $68.25. So this is in the January to April 2025 mini catalogue. And if you're in Australia, you can buy a stamp set bundle, all of these things from me. Been a demonstrator here for 18 years, so pretty much know my way in and out of how this all works now. So you can also, the other thing we're stamping is this granny apple green, the leaves. So stamp that 3 times in granny apple green. So that's the stamping that you'll need. And I just cut around these, fussy cut them. I didn't use the punch. So if you don't have to buy the punch by any means. And as I said, the stamp set's $34. The other thing that I have used, and I put them, other thing I have used is the mini alphabet dies. Now, absolutely love these for the size to pop on cards. So these are $54, and it comes in one piece. If you pop that onto a piece of adhesive sheet when you're die cutting, then when you pop these letters out, you just got to peel the back, and each of them will be self-adhesive letters. So I've got all of these ones left over, which I'll be popping in a bag. So each time I cut that, I just pop them into a cello bag and pop that in my little folder. And then I've got all of those to use whenever I might need them. And then when I run out, need more letters, I'll just cut another piece. So you can do those in any coordinating colours. And having a set of dies, alphabet dies and number dies, these ones don't have numbers, but we've got other ones that do. Having a set of alphabet dies is such a great idea, because it means you can put words on cards and scrapbooking in any colour you want. So much cheaper than buying alphabets all the time. So I've used that as well. Now they're $54. And the other thing that I've used, which I want to point out, now you can use any one of course that you've got here, but this Happy Birthday. Now the reason I want to point that out is because the font is so similar to the Popping Up to Say Hi and the Magical. And that one is from this stamp set here called One More Year, which is perfect for birthdays, especially adult birthdays. Aging fine, like cheese and wine. How old are you? Happy birthday now back to me. But what I did is I actually chopped those two apart, so I'll use those separately so I can just get the happy birthday bit there, and that's what I've used here. So this stamp set's also in the January to April mini catalogue, and it is $42. So stay tuned for some other creations with this, because it's a really versatile birthday set. So you could get these two together and the mini alphabet dies. That would cost you $130 plus your 6% postage. Then you would qualify, if you order by the end of February, for your 48 sheet pack of the Toadstool paper. Or if you didn't want to get that, the other way you could qualify, if you didn't want to get the dies, is to get the if you didn't want to get this one more year stamp set, you could get the dies and the bundle, so you get the punch as well, and all up that would come to $122.25 plus your 6%. So those are the prices in Australia, your 6% postage. So if you're interested in any of those deals by the end of February to get your free paper, contact me below and I can help you out, and you'll have everything that you need to make this card, and you can just substitute whatever happy birthday you've got or whatever sentiment you want to pop on there. Okay, let's have a look at the mechanism for the card. So we've had a look at how we cut up the DSP, we've had a look at the stamping. So the mechanism for the card is pretty simple. Just another look at that beautiful paper. So like, imagine if you had, even if you used 2 sheets and you had that one at the sides. That's just gorgeous, so bright and happy. I really love it. Okay, so you start off with a half sheet of Melon Mambo cardstock, and I've got another piece here which is 3.7 by 14 centimeters of Melon Mambo, and then you also need a piece of basic white which is 20.7 centimeters by 7.2 centimeters. So I will leave those there in case you want to take a photo of those. Okay, so I will eventually put this on my blog, which will have all the measurements and stuff. When I do that, I'll come back and pop the link on here. But I wanted to put this up for my newsletter subscribers who are getting this card, and also for the customers from last month who are getting the kit to make this card. I wanted to pop this up for them. So we're going to fold this into a landscape orientation card. So and then when you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to cut just on the top piece of the card, we're going to cut in 3.7 centimeters on each side. So what I will do is get my paper trimmer. So this awesome Stampin' Up paper trimmer allows me to be very precise, which is what I want. So we're going to go 3.7, so we measure it along the bottom here, and then you can stand up, because it's got the little arrows on here, we can line that up exactly with the fold, and then we can cut down. And there we go. Then we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. 3.7. Now obviously your piece is not going to have the writing on, so here I'm just making up the mechanism for the card, and that is actually going to be covered up anyway, so it's not going to matter. Okay, so then we've got our our mechanism. Now these are those top bits here. So what we've got to do is have this bit here, which is what we've got, the 3.7 by 14 centimetre 1/4. Now I'd pretty much just eyeball this. So using the Stampin' Up grid paper is awesome because it allows you to line things up. So I am going to put that on the front here because it's going to be covered that way. So we're just going to put some, Stampin' Seal just on the end, or you could use multi-purpose glue. Line it up against one of the lines and decide which line. I think I will do it. I think I'll do it here, this one. Where you're going to put it. And there we go. Actually, I might have just made that. I need this to make sure these bits are also lined up. So as I said, using the grid paper really helps you to make sure things are lined up correctly. So that creates this spanner, and if you can move that up a little bit if you want to, you could move it right into the middle if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. Now the pieces that we cut, they will actually fit here, allowing a very small mat. So don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about the writing because you're not going to have it on yours for a start, but also that's going to be covered. So the 3 reverse pieces, which are these here, they're going to go here, here, and here. And then the biggest piece, which is this one here, is going to cover there. And then that little bit down the bottom is going to cover the inside of this piece that we're going to be used to do our pop-up mechanism. So that's where the designer series paper would go. Now the next thing I want to show you is the center mechanism. That's the other thing I want to show you. So we're going to do it, yeah, we'll do it that way. So fold that in half so that you've got a portrait, sort of like a mini portrait card. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to cut 1.5 centimeters from each edge, and we're going to cut down 2.5 centimeters. Now the best way to line that all up, and it's fine just to use a pen or a marker, pencil, whatever, because you're not going to see this anyway. So each of these little squares is 1/2 centimeter. So if we line it up like this, I'm just making sure that's well and truly in the, yes it is, in the, should I just do it a little bit further up. So we line it up on the bottom of one of those squares, and we know we want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in, and then we know we want to go 2.5 down. So 3 in and 1, 2, 3, and then we're going 2.5 down. The reason I'm taking way longer than I normally would is that it's a little bit further in front of me. Probably should stand up, actually, that will make it easier. Yes, that does make it considerably easier. So that I make sure that I'm in the, so 2.5 there, and then we'll turn it around, do the same thing. We want to make sure it's lined up on there. Lined up, and then we're going to go from 1.5, so 3 of the little squares up. We're going to go in 2.5, just to there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to cut along both of those lines, and we'll get my scissors to do that. So we're going to cut along those. But we're also going to score at the bottom of those lines on both sides. And the easiest way to do that, I find, I don't actually have the scoring blade on my trimmer at the moment. You can take that on or off however that suits you. But if you haven't got it on, I find it super easy just to use your bone folder, the point on your bone folder, just to score that bit. So score that bit in the middle and then turn that over and score that bit. Whoops, we will not be cutting that. Will be the first time that mistake has been made. We will be scoring that as well. Okay, so you're going to end up with it looking like that. Now these are the bits that I want to so this side is the side that's going to get adhered. So what you're wanting to do is you want that bit to go out and then this bit to come in. So if you close it again, sometimes you need to do a little bit of adjusting. Close it so it sits flat, and then get your bone folder and burnish those edges. Then that makes your pop-up mechanism. So you just cut it as it's folded, score on those bits, and then pop it back the other way, and then make sure you really burnish it to get that score line correct. Now what we do up here is we want to attach this bit so it's sized so that it's going to attach with a little border around the edge. So we shall put some on here and sit it on the bottom there so that it's going to sit nicely. And then we want it to just put it there because we want to now attach this bit. So we shall just make sure that that's flat at the bottom of your card. Yep. So that's how you create the mechanism. So then you've got your spanner bit in the front, and then you open that up and you've got your other little bit, and then you open that up and that's where your pop-up bit is. So we'll just show you again next to the actual card. So we've got our decorations. Now the reason I did two of those is we use one of each in the pop-up section, and then we used one of each on the front section. So I popped those on first before I put the sentiment, and this one here, and then the little green leaves I used one here, and then I actually ended up using one in here because I ended up breaking it, but you can use all three of those and play around with them however you would like, but that's how that. And then on the Toadstool, terrific Toadstool stamp set, you've got this popping up to say hi, and I've just stamped that directly onto the back bit in Melon Mambo. Yep, so there's that. Now what other tips do I need to show you? Oh, with this early espresso ground piece, I've actually cut that a bit smaller. I didn't want it to go right to the edges. It looked a bit out of proportion. So what I've done is I actually just freehand just cut sort of probably about 3/4 of a centimetre in from each side, and just cut that smaller. So you'll need to do that when you're doing your fussy cutting. And yep, your letters, make sure that you use your adhesive sheets, and that makes it super easy to just pick them up. And then I've just got some rhinestone jewels to make it nice and sparkly, because you need sparkly. So I hope you like that. As I said, if you ordered last month, you'll be getting this card kit in the mail, and if you use the host code, you'll be getting an extra gift as well. A sample of some embellishments, a half pack or full pack depending on your order value. And yeah, fun. So next month in my customer kit, we are going to be making 2 Easter things, which will be super fun. So let me grab my catalogue and show you. Here, we are going, next month, for those people that purchase with me in Australia, you'll be getting supplies to make one of these cute little sour cream containers, and these are really great. The reason I'm doing it next month is to pop mini Easter eggs in, and look at those cute little bunnies. It would just be perfect. So you'll be getting supplies, including the ribbon, and you'll get a die cut of some sort to be able to use for one of those, and you'll also get the instructions and materials for a mini Easter basket that you can also use for Easter. So that is my card kit for next month. For anybody that earns, anybody that orders more than $50 with me in February gets the card kit. Doesn't matter how you order, but if you use the, please continue to use the host code this month, because it's the last month of the host code. Whole nother story, which I've explained in my newsletter. If you use that, it helps to purchase the supplies. But the other thing is you want to get it past your $50 and get up to $100 anyway, because then you can get this gorgeous toadstool, terrific toadstool. What's it actually called? Let's actually give it the right name. I'm very renowned for giving these Stampin' Up products my own names. Toadstool Gardens, perfect name. So you'll get the 48 sheets of the Toadstool Gardens paper for free, and you want that because it's so bright and happy. So consider these products that I've used today. I have popped the details and the links for them down below, and I would love to be able to send you those cute Easter project kits during March, and yeah, during March if you order in February. So they will go out usually by the middle of the month when it's a host code month, but it might get a little bit earlier after we don't have the host code anymore, because I can pretty much just send things out straight away and be organised, a bit more organised during the month. So thanks for watching today. Please subscribe to my channel and press that little bell so you know when I do other videos, and tell your friends if you enjoy what I'm doing. I'd really love to grow my video channel even more this year, and it's always lovely creating for you. Hope you have a lovely weekend, because I'm doing this on a Friday. I intend to do a bit more creating over the weekend, a bit of gardening. It's going to be a little bit cooler. We have had some really hot days here in Melbourne this week, but wherever you are in the world, I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Bye.